Hello, Muir Simpson again. Well, as I said earlier, we had a wonderful programme for you, lined up for you with the Advent calendar, and I do hope that you've enjoyed what you've seen so far. But there was no way I could not do a piece. I couldn't ask all these wonderful people to do something and not do something myself. So this is my Advent calendar tribute. A picture in my mind, well, I had to use a photo frame, a picture frame, didn't I? And I actually got this from the charity shop. Put a little shelf on the back so it takes my foam, and I am using foam now because of the type of materials I'm using, but also I do know that our council deals with foam in the refuge in a very eco-friendly manner. So here we go. So I'm just going to start with some lovely spruce. All the foliage I'm using today is actually from my garden, which I'm quite proud of, because when we came to live in this house, we had our business and we didn't really have time to do gardening. So most of what you would see is trees and lawn where I live. So now we've got the added bonus of some beautiful spruce from the garden, which I'm just going to use in that, just to give a little bit of shape to the design. I've also got some lovely bay, which I think is one of the lovely foliages that is an evergreen. It lasts all year round, and it is also very useful with your turkey at Christmas. Gives a lovely fragrance as well when it's in a nice warm room. And I've also got some holly, which is really the icing on the cake at this time of year. It's still got its berries on, and we're all happy to see a bit of holly, because Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without a bit of holly around the place. Just a sprinkling of the foliage, because I obviously want you to see the flowers I'm using, which I think has been a nice choice. It's more on a traditional style. I am a traditional Christmas person. I do like to see the reds and the greens, and I like to see foliages more than anything at Christmas time. It just makes such a difference to me. And of course, to go with the holly, we've got to have a bit of ivy, which in its own way will go its own way. When you see a piece of ivy that you really fancy in a design, and then it just goes the opposite direction, is not always the ideal thing, is it? But we have here ivy that I'm hoping will trail down when it realises that's the job intended. But there we go, we've got a nice piece that's going its own merry way. And of course we then need to start introducing some other different colours, different textures, and I've got some beautiful lime green fatsias. I don't know why they're lime green at this time of the year, but like everything else, things have gone mad this year with growing and times that things have been growing. The seasons don't seem to be the same, but I'm quite happy to say that these two are from my own garden. And it's such a bold foliage. It makes a lot of difference when you're working with it. This also is holly. So we've got a smooth leafed holly with no prickles, which is really nice. And it's obviously an evergreen, but it's the rich deep green that is a good contrast to the variegated holly that I used earlier. So, and just to add a little bit of colour, I've got some skimmia, which is always so useful at this time of year, and just adds that extra, the extra texture. Sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up. The extra texture that we're looking for, different shapes in the design, and hopefully it will bring all the colours that I'm using together. Now you'll see I'm using a knife. I was obviously always used a knife when I had my flower shop, but some people think I'm quite dangerous when I've got a knife in my hand, but I'm not. I'm a bit of a softie when it comes to it, really. So just carrying on the outline with the skimmer, and I'm getting rid of some of those leaves because they are turning tinged with yellow, and yellow is not in this palette today. So there we are, we've just got a little touch of the skimmer, maybe one more piece towards the outer edge, which is a nice clump actually, but we'll just tuck that in down there. So we've got a nice outline, a nice mixture of foliages, textures, shades of green, but quite truthfully, that design, when it's all foliage, I could be very happy with. So to add to the design, I've got some beautiful Naomi roses. Now, who doesn't love a red rose at any time of the year? And Christmas is a very special time to have roses, I think. Especially if you're the recipient of a bunch. So we're just going to place those in now and try and bring a nice line of the red through the design, just in a nice lazy line of roses, a lazy zigzag line of roses. And you will see the shape still within the frame, and the frame within the outline of the green foliage. All the designs that we've decided to do on this video for you, well, I suggested that could be replicated at home if you wanted to have a go yourselves. They're not expensive, we've kept to a budget, everybody has spent the same amount of money on the flowers, which has been wonderful, and it just goes to show, well, we're hoping we can show you that you too can have a go at making something very special for Christmas, whether it's traditional or not, whether it's a totally different colour. It's whatever suits you and suits your home. But you'll see now there's a bit more shape and body to that design. And then of course I have some fabulous Midori anthuriums, my favourite, one of my favourite flowers. And it's a favourite to a lot of people because of its lime green. And it's so useful because lime green to me is like having a spotlight on your work. It shows everything up and just brings things to life for you. I did keep them in the box, to keep in the polythene wrapper to keep them secure, because like all demonstrators we do work into our boxes, but we're a bit heavy-handed sometimes and pull things out when we shouldn't be pulling them out. So just a placement with the anthurium, taking the lime green through the design and hopefully not interfering with all the other beautiful shades of green, more enhancing those shades. So just continuing with the hypericum to come through the design, and the berries, they're so beautiful this time of year. And I was only commenting the other day, I have an oak tree in my garden and I've never seen a crop of acorns like I have this year. They're absolutely in their zillions and they're so big. So of course I've taken a sack full of those off the lawn and I'm saving them for when I have another idea, as we all do. So just the last little bit of hypericum. I don't want to waste it because it's so beautiful and it is shiny and it is quite romantic. So we'll use that. I've put a little bit of rosemary in, and I've got another piece here that will help with the fragrance along with the bay leaves when the room gets warm and we start feeling more and more Christmassy. And I just hope that you enjoy probably doing some of these designs yourselves, but enjoy the videos. And there we go. Thank you very much. So there we are, everybody. That's the very last window of our advent calendar. I do hope you've enjoyed watching every day, and I still want to thank everyone involved most sincerely for putting this advent calendar together for you all. I would also like to take the opportunity to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and the most healthy and peaceful New Year. Bye bye.